I just got to get into the video because I watched a little bit of it and it's kind of intriguing. I like to have my what's name play, but thank everybody for joining and for being here. For the new subscribers, thank you. Make sure you get that Discord so when you come in and you want to share any type of experience, near death experience, psychedelic experience, life experience in general, but this is what I've been doing, and this is what I've been liking to do. I've been liking to go and grab these near death experiences and compare them to the psychedelic experience, which some people be like, well, it's not the same. You don't understand. If you don't see the similarities or you don't see that all this stuff is the same, then you just don't understand, and that's okay. That's all right. Everybody has their own understanding, is what I'm beginning to see. But this was a good one right here, and I know, like, I had these experiences before on psychedelics. These the same experiences that this guy is about to explain here. I'm not even gonna waste your time. We're gonna just go on and get right into it and see what's going on.
The light at the end of the tunnel. Instantly, I was
We
before
all
an
seen
awesome
that.
light that was brighter than a million suns. It was like an all encompassing, vast sea of endless love light. It was the light at the end of the tunnel, and it penetrated to the essence of my soul. I felt illuminated, fully conscious, totally present in every moment of everything. I was lit up with love light.
The
In
love
absolute
light.
awe, I asked the light, "Are you God?" Then within the light I saw a figure smiling at me, and I immediately knew that it was the Christ. I mean, the real thing, the true.
Now that's one thing that I don't, well, maybe I did though. I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing Jesus on any of my experiences. That's one thing that I can't recall. Like, despite seeing Anubis or Thoth or even the Baphomet, like, I don't recall ever seeing Jesus. Not that I can recall.
Vibration, love,
Mm.
compassion, forgiveness, everything you've ever heard about Christ or Christ consciousness. It blew me away. Even though I
Yeah.
spent some years of my youth in a Catholic boarding school, I'd always thought the Jesus story was just that, a story. And here was Christ himself before me,
And that's
gracing me
weird.
on every level.
Cause like I always thought it always felt like it was something, but I think I more off felt like like the story of Jesus was the story of you, of any person that was walking this earth, because you had to pick up your cross and bear. It was the story of you basically.
Wow. As Christ was gracing me, the light transformed, and within it I saw the Buddha as a living lotus,
Yeah.
the
Now,
center unfolding endlessly, every petal blossoming a different Buddha, and all of them sacred.
I seen Buddha like many a times, and I ain't gonna say it was Buddha, but it was a Buddha like figure. It was a Buddha like person, like, it was one time I was in the room and like I was that Buddha type figure, and I was in this golden room meditating with all these weird lights running all around the room, but it was like I meditated in that place for like a millennium. It was wild.
The grace was profoundly beautiful. Then the light transformed ever so wonderfully into Lord Krishna, with glistening.
Yeah, and we all seen Krishna. We all seen this God on psychedelics. And it's weird because that light, like, I didn't been out and I didn't like took mushrooms or DMT, and like I'll be looking at the sun, and the sun get this brightness, like when you close your eyes, like just the light from the sun, it'll turn this bright red, and it'll bright, like it'll start off like this orange, and then it'll get this bright red, and then you'll start seeing these designs start coming out, and it'll start, to take you all kind of places, bro. It's crazy. It's
iridescent
wild.
blue skin of such grace and power.
And
And
that
the light
time I seen, like when I seen Krishna, I could not remember. Like I sat there and I talked to Krishna for like it seemed like hours. But all I can remember is Krishna sitting on that little pillow thing and talking to me. I don't remember what was even said. I don't even know why. And I kept trying to go back like times I went back and tried to find out what we even talked about. Like what was the conversation we had? Oh my God. I'll be thinking about that. Like what did we even talk about?
transformed yet again, this time into the great Allah, grace beyond grace, the sun, the moon, the stars, and so very much more.
Yeah.
I saw Muhammad in absolute devotion and total bliss at Allah's bejeweled feet. Man, oh man, I ran over and kissed the bejeweled feet of the great Allah, and then the feet of Muhammad, who
Yeah.
laughed with grace at this wonderstruck child that I was.
Yeah.
And as Muhammad laughed with me, I was in total bliss. The light continued to transform into an endless cascade of gods. Each and every one of them was for real and sacred. I felt their grace and power. I honored all of them: African, Egyptian, Greek, Hebrew,
Hebrew.
Christian, Islam, Native American, and so on and on.
And it's wild because once you start traveling and you go so far on psychedelics, you see that all these are the same. They're not different from each other. Even though we put different names on it and we said Allah and we said Jesus and we said Buddha and we said they're still the same entity coming in whatever form we like needed to come in, whatever form we needed to transform into, it'll be that entity, it'll be that thing, and all of them are this same thing, and it's like it's wow.
I was in the God stream of consciousness, where all gods are valid and very, very
Yeah,
real.
all
I
of
was
them.
given knowledge at light speed. As fast as I could think a question, I was graced with answers from the transforming light of the gods.
And that's wow, cause I like when I was in that one crazy place made out of skin. That's what it was like. It was like I started asking questions. The first question was, "That's not me." But every time I asked the question, like I was splitting up. And then my questions started getting more fascinating. And every time I asked them, it was answered like that. Boom, boom, boom. To where I just started answering them. I started asking questions faster and faster to where my voice was going so fast, it sounded like it was weird, but it was crazy because my voice was going. I was asking the questions so fast, and they was getting answered like boom, 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 boom.
I thought of many things and was shown my desires. Am I in heaven? I asked. Yes, you always have been. The universe and everything is already in heaven from before the beginning of time, the light answered.
Wow.
Who or what?
And that's weird because everything is within that thing, and that's something that you see on psychedelics. You see that everything that exists is within that thing that we would call God. Everything.
What then is the most real or truest or greatest God of all? I asked. There was no response this time. I asked again, and a third time before my question was answered. It came as a realization, opening as a wellspring in the deepest part of my soul, accompanied by a multitude of angelic voices. It also sounded a little bit like that hiss I'd heard before.
Huh.
The voices whispered, Who and what is not God?
That's the court. That now that's the one who like who. But don't nobody want to say like we'll say, oh, all is God, everything is God, God is everything. But soon as you say, oh, that person is God, or that dude is God, or that female is God, or that animal is God, or this controller is God. No, 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 no. We'll limit it. We'll limit to God. We'll limit God, and God is like unlimited. It's God is everything. There's nothing that's not God. Every action, every thought, every sight, everything you see, every word you speak. This is life is being God. This is God right here. I always look at it like that because that's the way the psychedelics even show you that this is God. This, whatever's whatever, all of it, not there's nothing that's not it.
I realized how true this was. If I tried to name what is God, I would have to name everything in the universe and more.
Yeah.
So I saw that the
and and
entire universe
and it's wild because you kind of see it. That's why everything and anything can be worshiped as God. Animals like a cow, a snake. You feel me? Like different things that we make. We can make sculptures and that'll be God. Like boom, everything in anything can be God because it's all God. So once you learn to see the God in everything, I don't know, your sight get more clearer because now you can see that the creator, God in all of it.
is the body of God. There is nothing real or imagined that is not God stuff. All at
and
once it
and
dawned
and I seen that, bro. I seen, like, I was in them spaces where I seen the universe was like it was inside the creator. The universe was the creator existing as life or whatever. But I seen that, and I know a lot of other people have seen it on psychedelics also.
on me that if everything is God, then I must also be God. At
Boom.
that second, I experienced the I am,
And that's when you
that
get
which is in all.
that's when you get and it's weird because I always talk about this because once you come to that realization right there, you're always connected because you can always see it. You don't you There's not too many things that you got to do in order to make that connection come back or make that connection happen because you see it already and everything, and you had the experience of feeling it. So now it's so many things that you'll be doing that boom, that you'll get caught up in that oneness, and you'll see that oneness and play that oneness out. That oneness will play out, and you'll see that God in everything, which is a beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man.
I realized that I was interacting with a matrix of unimaginable energy, the superconscious or higher self realm.
Hmm.
This energy realm is a very real place, a dimension of the most magnificent, subtle energy of life. It was like being in the purest and most complete non judgment and acceptance I have ever known.
Hey, you feel me? And just think though, like people get there from NDE, and people get there from psychedelics. People reach that state from meditation. People reach that state from having a spiritual awakening. It's like crazy because we don't think that all these ways, we separate these ways of getting there and make it seem like you got to do it this way or you got to do it that way, or if this didn't happen to you, then you didn't see it. And it's like, no, everything is God, so it's being always experienced. It we always inside the creator, so we're always experiencing things as the creator, not even knowing until you get that platinum connection to where it connects you to all the stuff, and you're able to feel it. And it's like kind of weird because you can feel it in like a 360. It's like your consciousness or whatever they want to call it is spread out further than and it's deep.
It transformed me. to be accepted and loved totally in that way. The instant the light embraces, one will never, ever be the same again.
And that's true right there. Because once you make it that once you get that far, well, I'm saying for me, I don't know about everybody else, but once I got that far, I was able to see things in a different way. Like I'll be out and then it'll hit me and I'll see people. I'll know what people gonna do before they do it. I'll be calling it out in my mind before they even do it. Or even the way the car's driving and everything, because I'll connect to that oneness. And it's like it's deep, bro. It's deep.
I had so many questions, and all of them were being answered completely. I saw that the tunnel of light was like a navel cord, the silver cord, connecting each and every soul to the source of life, to
I never
God,
thought
and
about
that
that.
everything one experiences while going.
I never thought about that, but every time I flew through that tunnel like thing, it looked like tissue. I never thought of it being like a navel cord. It seemed like I was like inside the snake. But what if the snake was that navel cord? Because every time I flowed through, it looked like tissue. It looked like you inside somebody's esophagus, inside somebody's throat or something. That's what it seemed like to me.
To the light is their own feedback loop or stream of consciousness made up of the thoughts, beliefs, prejudices, all of their life issues. That's why a Christian will most likely have a Christian oriented experience, and a Buddhist, a Muslim, a Catholic, a Native American, and an African will each have their own personal experience.
And that's what I be trying to explain, like in certain ways when we be on the live, like to certain people that have their experiences. Like you got to know your background and understand your background and what you learned throughout your life and your teachings, because your experience on psychedelics is going to reflect within all of your teachings. It's going to show all of that, like in like a thing, and like one wop. It's going to always, because the thing is going to be what you need it to be. You feel me? And that's something that, to reflect off of right there.
And the journey will be custom tailored by
Yeah,
each individual's personal belief
ain't that
system.
something? That's what I always felt
I
like.
saw that everyone, no matter what religious or philosophical group they may belong to, has a slightly different angle or way of interpreting God, the universe, good and evil, love and fear, even the colors of the rainbow.
And and you hear me say this all the time. Everybody has their own perspective. The way I see a rainbow is not the way that you see a rainbow, or the way that she sees a rainbow, or the way that he sees a rainbow. We all see every single thing that comes into our life or that plays a part in our life. We all see these things differently. Period.
And that's what's so wonderful about human beings. We each look at life in our own individual and unique
Man,
way. Our different views and opinions
man.
make this world a richer place to be in.
Yeah.
Our lives would become very dull indeed if we all thought about things in exactly the same way.
And that's why I always say, bro, your good might be somebody else's bad, and somebody else's bad might be your good. You feel me? But that's just how it is. Even though we go, it shouldn't be like that. Yes, it should.
I was
That's
also
why it
shown that more
is.
often than we know, our rigid beliefs, prejudices, and fear of survival can limit our fuller understanding of the true meaning of life.
Ah, you feel me? Like it, or we limit ourselves to of the, like we take away from the true meaning of life. We do, not life. Life don't take away from life is being what it is. We use our mind and we take away, and we that's why we don't have the full awareness of the reality. Cause it's like almost like we want the reality to be like this or be like that, and it's like no, the reality is what it is. You feel me? You just got to understand you and how you view it.
Life is about more, much more than we can imagine at this time.
Hmm.
I knew this was the truth, and I wanted to explore as much of the universe as possible. Since we are all God, I asked, then why are humans so evil? Why are we destroying our planet and each other? This was a big one for me because my worldview killed me.
Man,
I
you feel
died in fear of nuclear war, toxic waste, violence, pollution, and overpopulation.
and see, once I got beyond beyond accepting all these things that people say that could happen or gonna happen, it was wild, bro. It exploded everything, bro. Because I said, but it's weird because people expect you still to believe these things. Oh, it's gonna get overpopulated. Oh, it's gonna be floods. Oh, this is gonna happen. What if a nuclear man? Shut up. Okay, and you feel me? That shit crowds your. It kind of sends you into this rabbit hole you don't want to go into. But let's see what he's at. Let's see what he's at.
Suddenly the light transformed, and I was able to see to the full extent of my soul. It gleamed and swirled into a kaleidoscope, or a mandala, of human souls. It was the most beautiful thing I have ever seen.
Hey, yeah, that be the part that be far out. We usually when we get them mandalas and we see like the ancestors and stuff. I think that's what we call it. We always call it the ancestors because the souls it be the ones that live before us, and they be
At
that
that
be
moment, the light responded sweetly. Oh, beautiful human. And I was gently pulled inside this light matrix of all the human souls that had ever lived.
hmm.
I became aware that I was in the core essence of my own soul.
I'm sorry, I can't do nothing but laugh. That's almost make you want to cry because you've been in those spots to where you seen every life being lived. You seen you and it's like you almost lived everybody life. It wasn't you was everybody, and it's like weird, bro, but it's like it feels so good
Which was an integral part
at
of
the
an
same
ancient,
time.
exquisite, and very highly developed group of souls we call humanity. I saw that all humans are the same human. Each and every one of us is a unique and important facet of something much.
I'm laughing because how many times have I said this? I said all humans is the same human. It's like I know it's hard to see and it's hard to believe, but all humans is just the same human. We create that separation, but we all actually like that same thing, whatever that human. We're all that one human in one. You like it's like it's weird.
Much, much larger. I was astounded to see, feel, and know in every way possible that there was no evil whatsoever in the human soul. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, and that's what I be saying because everybody be going, well, what about this? This is evil. And okay, well, if you do that, then you're condoning that. Man, shut up, bro. Look, for one, there's a part of us that don't know nothing about that don't even have to deal with that. There's a part of us that don't even have these feelings that this body have. It don't have no need for that. You just don't understand yet. You just don't understand. That's why you keep throwing out all these things, these what ifs, and this is gonna happen, and it's gonna get destroyed, and this person is evil. Ain't nobody evil. Nobody. I hate to say it, but you'll see it one day, and then maybe not, because if you don't, it doesn't matter if you do or not. It's still gonna be what it's
There
gonna
never
be.
was and never will be.
Ever.
I got to see into every human soul on the planet, including my own. I saw that we are all soulmates in the most intimate way, from
Man.
our atoms to our biology to our cosmology. Every negative notion I ever had about human beings,
And it's weird because when I be talking to everybody, and sometimes I be saying things, I be feeling like, like my mind is out there, but I think I know I just didn't went so far that I seen this, I seen all of this. I went that far and gave up. I gave up what I felt or what I thought it could be. I gave up myself. I gave up my family. I gave up my kids. I gave up everything that I ever thought was or felt was to be. I gave it up in order so I can get the truth, not the oh I feel this way about things truth, or based on how I feel about things. No, I gave it all up. I let go of everything in order so I can get the truth. And I think that's why it pushed me that far to where I was seeing these things because when you're about to have a near death experience, you think you're dying. You think you're gone. You feel me? That's the you so you boom. You and it's like, bruh, come on now.
Exploded in that moment. I sighed, oh, beautiful human, and fell in love with humanity.
Man,
There is a
the
name
good
for
and
this
the
special
bad.
place within the mandala of human souls. It is called the Heartland. Just as there are lower realms of darkness, the Heartland is that matrix of all human consciousness in its highest aspects, most loving thoughts, the wisdom of the ages, our highest energy and love light.
And yeah, and we put all that, all of us, like humans in one mind, put all that stuff in the same box. We put it all in the same loving box, like all the love, all the beautiful things, all the pretty things. We put it in that one place.
Anyone who could see what I have seen would fall
Seen
in
it.
love with humanity forever.
And that's another thing because when you do that, like people do look at you like you crazy because they go, how could you love, or how could you, that person is like this or this person, and I'm sorry that everybody don't get it, but it was made for everybody not to get it because they do get it, but they get it in their own way. They have their own understanding about it. So even by me even saying that, meaning I have my own understanding about it. You're supposed to have your own. Whether you believe this or you believe that, it's no different. It's no different. It's still the same understanding to me.
This realm of human wisdom and love is very real stuff. It's at the next subtle energy level, or the soul level. I saw that science would eventually prove without a doubt that the soul does in fact exist.
Hmm.
In this group soul matrix, I watched the stream of consciousness of the
And we
ages.
already know it.
Humans are the sum total of all that has come before us in this living system we call life on Earth.
Yeah.
I watched as the history of Earth's evolution played out in film strips made of our DNA ribbons.
Now, now, we all seen this. We all seen this. Not all of us, but a lot of us. I seen it in film strips. I seen it was long. It went on forever. And it had every person that ever lived. They live side by side. Nobody's was separated. Nobody like my life right now that's going on was going on the same time as if the the real Jesus existed or Pharaoh. You feel me? My life is going on the same time as Pharaoh's life and everybody else's. It was no separation. It wasn't no time. You feel me? It was man, oh my God. But you see that film strip. And sometimes you see beyond the film strip, you'll see like these little things that's outlined in gold, like circles and squares, and then they'll have like these different color rubies or diamonds inside of them, but inside those rubies or emeralds, it was lifetimes. You can see all the lifetimes, and they'll be spread all the way around like that. But you'll see them in different ways. You won't just see the film strip. I've seen that plenty of times. I even seen what was controlling that film strip, what was hooked up to it, and what was running it. You feel me? But this is
It was like
wow, bro.
watching the dance of
This is
life,
real interesting.
all the ancient ribbons dancing together, weaving, unweaving, and reweaving endless creations
Yeah.
which formed a tapestry made up of all the life on earth.
I'm gonna stop it right there because I thank you, Dorothy Shelton, for even like finding these type of videos and sharing them to the world because man, I wish that people would look more into this and like really kind of understand it and see that the psychedelic experience is the same as these NDEs. I wish they get more into, putting these two things together, which I never went to her channel and seen if that's what she actually did. Because what's one day that's what I'm gonna have to do. Like I'm gonna have to listen to one of these and then I'm gonna have to go back and take one of my mushroom or my DMT trips or somebody else's and I'm going to have to play them side by side. And so people will the see it right there. Look, this person is saying the same thing this person said. You feel me? Throughout their NDE or throughout their mushroom experience. It's the same experience. It's not no different. And that's, once you start having these psychedelic experience, you start to see that everything is the same. Like Buddha, Jesus, all religions are the same religion. They're not no different. We just put a difference on them, like we do ourselves. You feel me? But they're all the same. All the people are the same. You get to that and you see it. That's why I was saying the other day, don't let nobody put themselves on a pedestal above you because we're all the same. Nobody is better than anybody. Nobody, you're not better than them. They're not better than them. You feel me? Nobody is better than anybody. You feel me? You might be good at running. You might can run a little faster or whatever, but that don't make you better. Just mean you got a little more speed. You feel me? I'm just saying, bro. But thank y'all for watching, and I'm gonna end it there. But y'all can go and finish this right here, this NDE on Dorothy Shelton's channel, and check it out. You feel me? Because like I said, this is some deep stuff, and I'm gonna start doing. I'm trying to do these videos. I'm gonna do more and more and more of these videos. I got another one that we just did, but I gotta listen to it because I think I heard some music in it, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Hit that like button and peace out.